Alright everybody, so we are in our last video related to Google Drive, and in this video we're just going to talk about how you share either folders or documents with someone within your Google Drive. Alright, so created a folder called Google Drive folder. So let's say I wanted to share this folder, and what I'm going to show you with this folder also applies to documents as well. Alright, so I've highlighted the folder, so I've clicked on it. I'm going to right-click on the folder, and now you can see one of the first options is Share. So I'm going to click on Share, and now I have a bunch of options. I can get a shareable link. Okay, so by clicking that, it's automatically going to create sharing. It's going to give me a link that I can then email out to people and say, hey, check out my folder, or this is everything you need, or whatever the case may be, depending upon what you're housing in that folder. You could also enter specific names. So let's say I wanted Karin Miller to be on this folder, and let's say I also wanted Ann Wong to be on this folder. Okay, and I wanted both of them to be have editing rights, or maybe I didn't. Maybe I just want them to be able to view the folder. Okay, but you have options there as well. Okay, you can type in a note if you would like. The other way that you can do it, let me get rid of both of these, is you can go to Advanced. And in Advanced, you can again invite people to be part of your group, but you can also change here. So currently I have a private, so let's say if I were to share with Karin Miller and Ann Wong, okay, once I click send, they're both going to show up underneath me with what their rights are to that folder. Okay? But I can also go to change here from private, where I'm just sharing it with myself, Karin Miller, and Ann Wong. And I can go to change, and I can say, I want this link on, so that when I share the link with anyone, anybody in FCPS can either view the folder or can organize, add, and edit. Okay? And that's up to you however you want people to view that. Or you can just say, this is on to everybody. You're just opening it up. You're just opening it up to everybody in FCPS. Okay? Typically, you're either going to want to do specific people, or you're going to want to do anybody with the link will have access to it. Okay? And again, so if I were to share with them, so for example, I'm going to get rid of them, and I'm going to use my wife as my guinea pig instead. Alright, so let's say I added my wife, send it to her. She now has it. Now, something else you can do with sharing, which is kind of cool. So let's say my wife now has access to this folder that I've given her, and she is an editor of this folder. But let's say I only want her to have access to this folder for a certain period of time. If you hover over her, you see this clock that is here. If you click on the clock, I can now set an expiration of how long she has access to that folder before it goes away. So let's say I only want her to have access to it for 7 days, 30 days, or kind of ones that they give you. But you can also set a custom time. So let's say I wanted her to have access, today is the 9th, let's say I wanted her to have access until the 24th. So she would have access for 15 days. And then after that, she would not have access anymore. So I like that. I'm going to save the changes. So now when I click here, you're going to see it expires within 15 days. Okay. That is another wrinkle that you can add to your sharing, that now you don't have to then go back and say, oh, you know what? I don't need them to have access to that anymore. You can set that parameter up right when you start your sharing options. Okay. So that is how you share a folder. And again, the same applies for a document as well. So let's say I click on this presentation, I go to share. I can again get a shareable link. I can have it shared with specific people. I can go to advanced, and I can change from just specific people to anybody with a link to just opening it up to all of Fairfax County. Okay. And if I share this, again, my wife's going to love me for this. If I share it with her, she can edit, she can just comment, or she can view. Okay, so that's the only difference between a folder and a document. So with a folder, you can just view the folder, or you can add, edit, and view the folder. With a document, you can edit the document, you can just comment on the document, or you can just view the document. Okay? And then the same, you can set an expiration date for that as well. So I can do 7 or 30, or I can set a custom of, as I did in my previous 15 days for the folder. Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention is down here you can prevent editors from changing access. So you can click that, or you can disable options to download, print, or copy. So let's say you want to share something with them, but you don't want them to make a copy of that document. You don't want them to print that document. You just want them to see it, and then you want it to go away. You can check these boxes as well, which gives you other protections or whatever you're looking for, depending upon why you're sharing it. All right? And then you save your changes, and you're good to go. All right, so that is really quickly how you share within a Google Drive.